Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is a November horoscope overlook of Gemini risings and November. So you can check your big three if you have Gemini in your big three or any Gemini placements. But specifically the astrology I'm going to go over, which is the moon cycles, are going to be most accurate and specifically for Gemini risings. November 13th, we have a new moon in Scorpio. So this is happening in your 6th house of health, wellness, daily routines, work, like everyday work, also co-workers, and then pets. 4 days later, we have a Mars Cazimi on November 17th. So a Mars Cazimi is when Mars and Sun come into a perfect conjunction. And it just like brings so much energy and like fire and action taking energy into this area of your chart, especially after a new moon. This is going to be a huge focus. So you're already probably feeling that, and you could have had like a huge release from October 28th, that full moon eclipse, that last and final eclipse in Taurus that happened in your 12th house of mental health, subconscious, spirituality, but I'm sure it really affected your mental health. So you probably feel a release, and now you're really getting like, I feel like you have the mental capacity to really focus on your routines, which ultimately is going to help you as, you know, a Gemini rising to kind of have a glow up and to kind of have an up level, because then November 27th we have a full moon in Gemini, which is happening in your 1st house of self, identity, appearance, and body. So you can think back to 6 months ago, the new moon in Gemini, what new cycles happened at that time. This is why I love doing guides, because you can look back and see exactly what you need to kind of reflect on and to apply to the next guide in Gemini. So you can think back to what started 6 months ago, and then basically the full moon in Gemini, it's going to be shining light on this area of your chart. So there could be something you're releasing physically, or it could be like a pivotal moment, or there could be a situation that you're needing to confront. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you guys. Let's do some tarot. So Gemini rising November. It feels like there was a situation that came to an end, and it probably happened in October with the eclipse season, or it could have happened before and you were kind of dealing with the energy again. So it could have had to do with a third party, or it could be friends or something. For some of you, it will be a third party situation, possibly in relationship, which you do have a new moon in your 7th house in November, so there could be stuff going on around that. But it feels like this has come to an end, but it feels like right now you're still dealing with some of the anxiety from it, and maybe you haven't like fully accepted that it's over. So it's really hard to kind of allow new to come in because you're so stuck like energetically on it, and you're feeling the weight of it. There's definitely a new beginning trying to come in, but it's like you're needing to really release the past, and I feel like you have released it. So I think this new moon in Scorpio, leaning into your habits, is going to help you pull yourself out of it. And then you have that full moon in your 1st house, so you're going to be seeing benefits from really working on your daily routines and your health and your wellness and stuff like that. There's definitely a lot of energy about getting unstuck, and I really feel like daily routines will help you get unstuck. And then here's your glow up, your up level, the Judgment card, with the full moon in Gemini happening later in the month. Yeah, it feels like it's a mental obstacle you're needing to overcome, because it feels like all the physical obstacles you've already dealt with. So it's just a matter of like knowing you're strong enough and knowing that you've put in a lot of work and that there is good coming in. With the 3 of Pentacles, this could be like diligently working on yourself, like character development, and that's very 6th house. So really capitalize on this energy. I feel like this is going to bring a wave of like really good energy for you to capitalize on, and just feel like it's probably going to really feel like a fresh beginning, especially when it's like in your daily routines. Yeah, there's this feeling of isolation, and I think I feel like it's a group of people or friends or something. It's like you feel really turned off from like going and being social. So you've been really isolated. But being isolated kind of keeps you in your head. So I think there's a need for like a healthy balance between home life and being social, and not have that fear of like putting yourself out there again. Again, there's a new moon in your 7th house. So if you're single, there could be a relationship coming in. So if so, this is your sign to kind of get out there, because if not, you're self-sabotaging on your confidence. You're not like putting yourself out there, and it's like all that is kind of like going to waste, you know? So don't be afraid to like, you know, really like put yourself out there and be seen, because that's going to get you to your next place and possibly a relationship. Yeah, with the Empress, there's a need for like confidence and like self-love. And I think with the Queen of Wands in reverse, I think if there's a situation that can test your confidence where you can kind of overcome that, I would definitely say to do that. I think you'll close out a major cycle. I think coming out of your shell and coming out from this isolated phase that you've been in is really going to open up this like new cycle and close out the old one. It's going to get the energy moving. I feel like if you've done a lot, you're very in your head with the 7 of Cups, and because of that you've been still. And so it's, if you can't like, you know, tie the loose ends and to really put it to rest, I think getting out there and moving physically is really going to help facilitate that. So that is what I have for you guys. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next month.